Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm glad we just finished our pre-show prayer. You just got the end of the pre-show prayer when Jess says amen.
We have to do a room. What is it? A room temp? A room sound.
Room tone.
A room tone.
There we go.
Yeah.
And did you hear me breathe during that?
I did.
You were breathing. I always hold my breath, but then as soon as the camera comes on, I'm always like,
The longest Sam can hold his breath is 5 seconds.
so you can't do the
Rude. No, you
Right.
surprised me with the 10 seconds of silence, and I had just exhaled. And it's hard to hold your breath when you forget to put air in you.
He surprised you with the thing that we have to do every single time.
Yeah, I get surprised by things that are commonplace.
that are routine.
Yeah. Sometimes the routine things are the most scary thing of all.
Like in our introduction.
No, I was just talking about like big life stuff.
Like what?
Like you really meant that.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like routine things like
Like what?
I get so bored.
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah.
Like
I
what?
couldn't watch. I'm a mess.
You couldn't watch.
I can't watch like movies.
Yeah, I don't like watching movies.
I get bored.
I don't like watching movies, but I could watch 17 hours of a television show, no problem.
how do you watch the movies though?
I don't.
I rarely watch
Not being,
movies.
but like,
Trey.
do you like try like when you try like
It's so hard because I get distracted. Like I'm
They're
like,
so boring.
yeah, I'm always want to like mess around on social media or because what's weird is that comedy has given me an excuse to like be on Facebook and Instagram and like mess around
Always.
all the time because I can always be like, and I'm getting like more of a reaction than I used to sometimes. So like, it's weird because I think I do it for different reasons.
Well, probably the interaction.
Yeah, I'm getting a weird crackle.
I'm hearing that too.
What is that? Oh, it went away.
All right, we'll see if it comes back. We'll see if it comes back.
That was
Weird interference.
But yeah, I've been really like I've been in a weird place the last.
You don't listen to the podcast, do you?
No.
Okay.
No.
You are always in a weird mood.
What do you mean?
You always are. It's fantastic. You're like, I'm in a weird mood today. Ooh, today is weird. I'm like, yeah, you're in a weird mood every time.
Do you think it's
every
just
time.
that my short-term memory is
You
just
forget.
like
You forget.
shot? I'm like, whoa, today is weird.
Yeah.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
What is this new feeling? And they're like,
Remember
Sam
the
here.
letter E.
Like that. Yeah, that happened.
Sometimes you forget.
That episode came out today. I'm
Yeah.
very excited. That was the weirdest episode. What was
That-
that one? That was episode
Episode 8,
8, and we're on episode.
11
We're recording all episodes. I would know if I listened.
to the podcast.
But why would I listen? I
Oh my
listen
gosh,
to it while
I
I'm
love
doing
it.
it.
It's so good. It's so good. We're hilarious.
I'm listening to it right now.
Yeah, but it's
I get to hear it as it's happening before anybody else except for Trey.
I
And
know
it's actually a tie with me and Trey on who
Trey-
gets to hear the podcast first.
Trey.
I hear it like 3 times before it comes out.
I know. I feel bad. Trey is tired of the podcast.
No, that's good. It's good.
Oh, I still haven't taken a sip of
I
my
think
coffee.
that noise that it just nerd moment. I think the noise was
Was it
power
something?
cable. I don't know. Whenever power cables get close to XLRs, it can cause.
Oh, it's an XLR thing. I was gonna
Sklur.
I
Can
say that.
A
Oh, I can hear
Sklur
it again.
cable.
Stupid.
Oh no, I don't hear it. Never mind.
Yeah, that's good.
I thought I heard it.
I like pronouncing the, what do you call it when you just,
Oh, I have no idea.
when they make words just from
Instead
letters.
of yeah.
I know every
like
word's
saying
made
it.
out of letters, but when it's just like FBI or
How do you say
ATF.
that?
Bubba,
Fibby.
Phoebe, or in the ATF is etf, and an XLR cable is a Sklur cable.
What is that called? I think that's just called reading.
No, yeah.
An
But you're not
acronym.
supposed to read those ones because those are tricky words because you actually have to say the letters. Because if you do that with other words, you're like HEYJES, and you're like, what's wrong with you? Why are you spelling
H-
everything?
I thought you said HAY. Did you say HAY?
I said HEY.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Are you doing okay?
I'm good. I'm in a weird mood. Actually, I'm not okay. I don't have my lipstick. I'm a mess.
I thought you went to go get it.
Does it look... Would I be wearing
Yeah,
it?
you're not wearing lipstick. I thought it was just a very natural shade. I was like, wow, that lipstick's really
It is
understated.
neutral.
Jess.
No.
Is it because your lips are like small or like?
No, you know what? First of all, rude.
Like why are you tripping about the lipstick?
No.
No, you know, just because it's become a crutch for me. Like I don't it's become like a putting on a sweater
You like
or
the
like
kinky teacher look?
wow, I didn't
Jesus
think-
Christ.
I'm just trying to figure out what's the because lipstick does it moisturize your lips? Does it moisturize your
No,
lips
it
or
makes it makes me kinky. Is what it is.
I
What it
just
does.
hit the
That's
microphone
so uncomfortable.
with my headphones. Yeah.
Kinky teacher. No, Trey, I just like wearing lipstick.
Did you used to say that to your teachers?
Nah, none of my teachers wore lipstick. To me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Never met one.
I don't know why I started wearing lipstick, but I just recently it's been within like the last like year and a half that I just started recently wearing, but like now I wear it religiously.
It'd be like wearing a hat for a boy.
Yeah, and so now I just feel a little off. Like I'm just like, oh, I don't feel, just like some people are really religious about their mascara. Like I have to have my mascara on.
I get really attached to like different hooded sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just feel better when you have your favorite hoodie on.
But why are you all weird outside of the lipstick thing?
I don't know. I'm in a good mood, I guess. I don't know. I'm
You
tired.
seem like you're in a good mood.
I'm fine.
I'm not in a bad mood.
No. Yay.
Because Jess is in a good mood.
Yeah.
That's
It's rare.
good.
Should we introduce the podcast?
Oh yeah, this is the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess. But it happens in the intro now.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
still.
the intro music does it. But yeah, we can talk about this. We have sponsors.
We do.
Old School Pizzeria, Bar Francis,
Yes.
and Deschutes River Cyclery, all in beautiful downtown Olympia, which is having a resurgence right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard that.
Did you read it in the Olympian?
Yeah, they said that. They
Do you need a
it's having
tissue?
A resurgence. No,
Okay.
God provided me a sleeve because I'm a grown up. No,
I just saw you looking for a tissue.
I got a weird booger though.
Oh, yeah,
You're all right.
it's
Stop.
fine.
I can talk about weird boogers. Because sometimes you get them ones that are on the side.
All right. We don't need to. No.
Which side, like the outside or like the
It's
inside?
left nostril, inside of left nostril.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh yeah, I know exactly
Nostrils
where
are
that is."
like half pipes, and the boogers be going fucking back and forth like Tony Hawk. And I'm like,
can't.
whoa. You know what I'm talking about?
That's clever.
Yeah. Thank
Is
you.
it?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm clever. I'm
Is
good
it
at
clever?
I'm good at coming up with stuff.
Anyway, a resurgence, you say?
Yeah, it seems like downtown Olympia is doing like well. It's really funny. It's funny. I know business owners down there that it's like they're not into it. They're busy all the time.
Oh, must be
Because
terrible.
they just want the regular amount of business that they usually get.
Right.
And they're like, I don't know why all these people are in here like buying stuff.
I feel like that's still a good problem to have.
Yeah. It's better than like not having anybody. And I
Right.
think too that a lot of folks, it's only been lockdowns, really, like not lockdowns, but like people really didn't start coming out to about like a year and a half ago, and a lot of people are
It's
just
been
now kind of
ages.
coming out. It feels like it, but has it been? I don't think it's been that long since like things have just been going.
So I feel like the mask mandate barely went away. Like with planes, wasn't that like last year? Like planes.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I never wore a mask.
I just yeah. Just when she did wear a mask, it was one of those ones with holes in it and an American flag on it.
Yeah.
That's the one she, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. Patriotism stops COVID. I heard about that.
Well, I only got it like 3 times.
yeah, for the troops.
Right. America.
Yeah, I know how that is. But yeah, that's been going on. I have a video that did really well
Yeah. How well?
on
How well?
Facebook.
On Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook.
on Facebook Reels, or how do you?
Facebook Reels.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's at 5.1 million. this
Dang.
morning. I know.
I can't get 5.
5 views on.
I can't get nothing.
It's hard.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to try being funnier, but.
It's. I don't think it's necessary. I think you just have to.
What?
Think
What's the key?
Rutledge, Gabe Rutledge, who's like one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah.
He says it basically like every single video. Or was it Rivers? I saw Andrew Rivers at a show. It was one of these headliners that's further along than me. And he was just like basically every reel is like a lottery ticket.
Mm.
And like it's hard to say like something like clicks with it. And there's different things like good looking captions and like high quality video and audio that like really help.
Yeah.
And it's rare for videos to do really well that don't have those things. But like outside of that it's like
just who the heck knows?
Yeah. And like just putting like a lot out there. Like
I think just posting and reposting and posting it again and
and it's been awesome because I'm like booking shows.
Because of it.
That's
fucking awesome.
I might be going to Maine in September.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's like basically another country, Trey.
It's so far. It's the furthest state away from us. Me and my son got in an argument about it and we looked it up. Like a debate, not an argument. We weren't like mad at each other or anything.
They were fighting.
Yeah, I hit him.
It almost came to blows. We gotta stop saying problematic things.
I know.
I said I didn't wear a mask, and I did the whole time, you guys.
Yeah, Jess is scared of things that aren't real, so she's definitely worried about COVID.
And Sam does not hit his kids.
No, I don't. I don't hit my children. I squeeze their arms
unless
too
they
hard.
deserve it.
Yeah, that's what I do. No, and I wouldn't ever do that. Even when my kid broke my TV.
Yeah, no.
I didn't hit him.
Of course not then.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's going on. I did the show.
5 million views. That's so many people. Sorry.
I know. It's really wild. It trips me out. Like I can't even really comprehend it.
Yeah.
You know?
And then someone in Maine saw it.
Yeah. They saw it. I don't know which video it was. 'Cause like what is happening, like my website traffic is way up, so people are like on my website looking around, and I have my website set up so people can kind of see.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at this weird moment where like it feels like things are like really like moving, like things are getting like exponentially better as far as like my career goes.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah,
I did that for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You might have had something to do with it. No, you calmed me down. And
no, I'm just joking.
No, and I appreciate you. And
that's fantastic.
Yeah. And then this other thing, this is gonna trip you out, Trey. So I did a show on Saturday at the Washington Center.
Yeah.
Right. And it was Theater Artists Olympia fundraiser. Over 800 tickets sold, like 850 people there, like just stacked. And the Washington Center is a crazy place to do comedy because they have like 4 levels. You have like the main floor, and then you have bop, 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 and there's like 3 balconies basically, and they're right there. Like it's really tall, and all the seats are like really close to you. It's just I love doing comedy there because when you get a big laugh, it's like boom, you get hit with like a wall of like sound. It's really nice.
Awesome.
So I did 15 minutes, and there was like a lot of kids there, so I had to be clean, and I did really well, and like was doing like I was doing crowd work with like the kids in the front row. It was really stupid.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, but anyway, I started selling T-shirts actually at intermission, right? So I'm like sitting out there at this table. And there's this old fella, right? And he's kind of like just behind people, like just kind of standing there. And like I'm kind of watching him, and I'm like, I keep waiting for him to come to the table, like he wants a shirt or something like that. And other people are, people keep stepping in front of him, and it's like he's not really trying to get to the table. And then finally, like the crowd dissipates. I think the show had started again, and he goes, "Sam, do you know who I am?" And then it hit me that it was Mr. Atwell, who was my Western Civ teacher at Timberline High School my sophomore year when my freshman year, things were bad. But oh man, my sophomore year, like it went really bad. But I loved Mr. Atwell's class. He's like my favorite teacher of all time. He was like a history teacher. And like I was so pumped, because it's like doing comedy, especially like the selling of the shirts, is like really kind of like lonely and weird a lot of times. Like I don't really like to do it. It's like you get off stage and like you feel so good, and then it's like let me fire up my card reader.
Yeah.
Like let's do some
The
commerce.
business.
Yeah, the business stuff. And but anyway, I give him a big hug, I'm like, oh my God, Mr. Atwell. I was so excited. And like we're talking, and then he's got this box, and I thought it was like a book or something, and he like kind of hands it to me, and like I didn't really want to open it. I was like, I wasn't really thinking about it, I was so into our conversation that we were having, about like what my life is like now. I've been sober 14 years and this and that, because I got arrested in his classroom, like handcuffed and arrested in his classroom. It was
That's crazy.
Yeah, because they used to do that. I don't know if they ever did that. Did they ever do that with students at your
Arrest
school?
me in class?
No, not you. But like, did you ever hear about that happening?
Like the canine and stuff?
No.
Just like
Getting
show up.
arrested?
Yeah, so they used to do that because they thought that it was like a deterrent to other kids. They'd be like, oh yeah, you want to break the law and be at Timberline High School, and then they'd be like, a cop would come into the class and be like, Sam Miller, and then
man.
and it was so funny because like I'm such, even back
Some
then,
real scared straight stuff.
I was such like I don't know, because I'd never been locked up before, so I didn't know what it meant. I think I'd been to rehab before, but like I'd never been locked up, and like
By sophomore year, you'd been to rehab?
yeah. Not inpatient, but IOP, intensive outpatient. But anyway, I'm like I'm doing stuff. Oh, hey, Trey's moving my microphone around. What happened? Did I mess it up?
Nah, just like it pointed right at your face.
I thought I was talking into it really, really well. Whatever.
You obviously weren't.
Anyway, I get arrested in his classroom.
That's insane.
It was so funny too, because like I was trying to be like a badass, and I was like, man, fuck you guys. I didn't do shit, you dumb motherfuckers. Fuck the pigs. Blah, 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 blah. And then my mom showed up and I started crying,
Yep. That's usually how that goes. Yeah.
Yeah. And all that tough guy shit went out the window. But anyway, all of a sudden he's like at the table, he's at the table, and he's like, look in the box. And I opened the box, and there's like a glass trophy, like award thing. And it said Timberline High School 50th anniversary, like 50 alumni members, that won. They picked 50 former students and gave them this award. And man, it hit me hard. Because like those, like, I was so like sad and like miserable and tumultuous, and like there was some amazing fun stuff, but like just like pain, and like I hated being me for like so long of my life, and I took it out on people in that school. A lot of times people in power, and a lot of them did not have that coming, like I'm guilty about
any of them.
Yeah, I'm guilty about stuff that I did, and I don't know, to get that, and knowing that I was expelled early my junior year, I was expelled, like, and they moved me to a different school.
Yeah.
So like it was I think he said there's one other student on that list that dropped out, but that I'm the only student of the 50 that was like expelled from school that was on this, like,
I mean, that makes sense.
15 notable alumni.
Yeah.
And part of me wants
Not
it
a
to
lot.
be like, this is like a revenge. Like, this is like a badge of like pride. Like, there's part of me that's in there that's like, man, like fuck that place, like
Aw.
fuck school. No, there is, and you
Yeah,
know what?
I hear you.
And I can feel like that, and that's okay. But there's this other part of me that's like just like absolutely honored and like, and that I feel like it kind of has given me an opportunity to look at that part of my life differently.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, like I had to do that so I can do this.
Right.
You know? And yeah.
No, that's fantastic.
Yeah. And there was like a letter, and then my mom and Brittany and the boys were watching the show.
Mm.
So it's like the second half, you know, they didn't even come downstairs for the intermission. They were way up. I got them really bad tickets.
Nice.
And then my mom came down, and Mr. Atwell, like we got to tell my mom, and
About
my
it.
mom flipped out
No.
because she was as much a part of that as anybody, you
Right.
know? And so like that was Saturday. And so like, and also like I really, that crowd is not my normal Olympia crowd. They're more like theater music people that, it's funny, I would venture to guess that maybe only about 25% of those people had seen me do comedy, and maybe only half of them had even ever really heard my name. Like people don't really like, I do well in Olympia, and people know who I am in Olympia, but it's amazing how many people have no clue who I am even in Olympia, you know? So had a really good set, had fun. And that was my Saturday. And then at like 2 p.m. yesterday, like the dopamine just went, whoa.
And
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. And that's pretty much continued, where it's like, it's weird because like I'm not like sad.
Yeah.
I'm just unimpressed.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's
really
it's not
good.
it's not as fun.
No,
Yeah.
it's not as fun. And yeah.
Well, that's
weird.
fantastic. Congratulations. That's really amazing.
Thank you.
Like,
Yeah, I was very.
you think your mom was really happy?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and Brittany was really happy, and the boys, my kids, think it's so funny because they know the story. Like they know I got expelled. They're like, "You got an award for being a great student at a school you got kicked out of
For being bad.
I think
Right.
it's like so funny. I think it's pretty funny too.
It is funny. Well, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It means that, you know, you've finally grown
Yeah,
since high school.
yeah,
That's fantastic.
yeah. And you talk about like unexpected.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I could never, I would never think that I was in line for that. I don't think there's anybody there that has any lasting animosity towards me,
Obviously.
but to think that they would put me in for an award like that, you know, and I think it has a lot to do with some of like the charity stuff, and also my work with like unhoused folks, especially during the pandemic and things like that. I think that had something to do with it too. So
Well, I think it's probably a little bit of everything.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know
It's
all
all
the way.
that. Yeah.
I don't know
everything.
all the way. Bring it up a little bit. Am I sitting up straighter now? I think I'm trying to use the mic.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
we know. It's
Oh,
why it's
it
so
happens.
difficult.
I don't want to be this close.
But like Sam, when you
Nobody
do
wants
listen to it, Jess, Sam does sound good, right? All right, for sure. That's all.
Yeah, all right.
Trey, I think you're the one with the problem. Okay.
It was your friend who left the comment about
What?
the voices.
Oh,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything.
Well, I'm just
My
saying.
friends say
it
all
wasn't
kinds
Trey.
of
It
weird
wasn't
shit,
Trey.
man. My friends are
Don't talk about
wild,
Trey.
bro. No, I'm not.
Trey
talking
was
about
on
Trey.
time today. How about we talk
Trey
about
is-
that?
Trey is killing it.
Trey
right
was
now.
here 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
We still didn't get set up until like 9:10, but I mean,
Well, that's
whatever.
because you left because you forgot your lipstick, which you still don't have, but you left. Where did you go?
Because I accidentally went to LA Fitness thinking that it was a Safeway.
What?
There's like a shopping center like 5 minutes down the road. So I was like, I'll just run to the shopping center real quick.
Why don't you just go to Bass Pro Shops down the street?
I thought about it. I was like,
I bet they
there's
have
also a
lipstick at
Goodwill.
Bass Pro Shops.
There's also a Goodwill that I was like,
Yeah.
I bet they have lipstick there.
I bet they have like Country Girl lipstick and it has like antlers on it.
Oh, well, I was just thinking it had like herpes in it. But, like,
Yeah, I've never been. Wait, I did go to that, but they have a bowling alley there.
at the Bass Pro Shop?
Yeah,
I've never been. They have a bowling alley at this one?
Unprofessional.
Who is
I thought
that?
I turned that down.
They have a
I thought
bowling
I
alley
turned
in
it off.
Bass Pro Shop.
I'm
right
saying
here?
like we might need to go check that out.
No way.
There's
Yeah.
a bowling alley in
There's
there.
a bowling alley
There is a bowling alley.
Like
in
how many
Bass
lanes?
Pro Shop right here.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Did you not?
I mean,
know
it is a
that?
ginormous.
I didn't know that.
I just don't understand what I guess I just don't understand what a Bass Pro Shop is if they have a bowling alley.
It's just a big place that they want people to go there.
Yeah.
And the bowling helps.
Right, but why is it called the Bass Pro Shop then? I thought it was for hiking and fishing and
Yeah, they have all that stuff, but they
And
also have a
hiking and
bowling
fishing
alley.
and bowling.
Have you been to the Cabela's in Lacey?
no.
They have an airplane hanging from the ceiling.
For what?
It's just for decoration, and they have like 100 like taxidermied animals. They
Can
have
you
an
bowl?
elephant there,
Can you
a
bowl?
stuffed elephant, like a real elephant, like a taxidermy elephant at the
I don't
Cabela's.
think you're allowed.
I'm not what?
I don't think you're allowed to have it.
No, you can have a stuffed elephant.
You could not.
Yes, you can. You can have dead animals. Like I don't know about the ivory or whatever, but there is definitely people still hunt elephants.
Yeah, I know that they do. I'm just
Yeah.
saying
What do
you
you-
can't hunt an elephant and then get it stuffed and then put inside of your chain restaurant.
Why not? Why don't you think they're gonna do that?
How many elephants do you
Why
think
would
they
I
killed?
make this up?
I believe you.
Then why are you telling me
believe
that can't
I
happen?
believe that. I'm just thinking about logistically how do they only have the one elephant?
They put the elephant in, and then they built the Cabela's around it.
Does the elephant bowl?
It's like a ship in a bottle. No, I'm talking about the Cabela's. I don't know if they have a stuffed elephant. Oh, I keep saying element. Oh, how embarrassing. I get paid to talk. Can't do it.
we don't get paid for this.
Yeah. I get paid to do other stuff.
Oh,
Maybe your finances
you get paid for this.
get better. Times are tough for Jess.
They really are. Speaking of, yeah.
But yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know.
Yeah, I like that. I just did it. I was like, I don't have anything else to say about Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop.
But Jess can't say anything about it either. Yeah.
No. I want to know, because you had a show
I did.
Saturday.
I did have a show. Well, I was supposed to do one show, and then I got a message on my Instagram from a young lady, and they offered me to open for a podcast that they were going on tour, and they've been going to all these different places, and they have comedians open for them. And the podcast is called Cocktails. COCKTALES.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is it about like
Cocktails.
sex stuff?
It is very, very sexual.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I was like, ooh, this is totally. But the best part, the craziest part was that they got in touch with Nate Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted Nate, and Nate referred them to. I guess he gave them like 3 different names, but
Yeah.
one of them was
Nice.
mine. And I'm like, how crazy. Can you imagine? Like, you want Nate Jackson and then you end up with me.
Yeah.
Instead. Like, what a bummer.
Yeah. I bet nobody even noticed.
No, I think I
They're like,
blended right in.
Nate? You look different.
I don't know. It was just 20-year-olds. There was a lot of twerking going on, a lot of booty popping.
A lot of booty popping.
A lot of booty. There was a DJ.
How did you say it yesterday when you talked to me on
It
the
was
phone?
just booty shaking, I think.
A lot of booty shaking?
shaking. Just a lot of booty. My
That's amazing.
goodness. There was a lot.
And you had fun though.
Oh, I had an amazing time. It was just kind of dicking around.
Yeah.
Like it was, the nature of their podcast is like yell out and to be a part of the show. So when I was trying to do my set, like they were like, "Oh my God, girl, tell me about it!" Like, and so it was very interactive.
That's awesome.
But it ended up being, it was at the Crocodile, which was, really awesome.
That's a good venue.
Yeah. They have 3 different green rooms you can pick.
Oh my God.
I felt like good.
Did they have good food in the green room?
Well, they asked for liquor, so.
No, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, but they were happy.
That's good.
Yeah, it was really cool. I felt like it was very professional. The ladies, like there were contracts involved, and like it was very legit.
You'll get more and more of that, I think.
Yeah,
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, it was.
I'm excited
really
for you too to start. The money gets better too, which is.
That was nice. Yeah, that was from the. Yeah.
Which is important. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to tell you about our sponsors.
Okay.
Again.
Go ahead.
Old School Pizzeria, Bar Francis, Deschutes Recyclery, all in downtown Olympia.
Yeah.
I really, really, really want you to support those places.
Because you can go to all 3 at the same time.
You can.
If you so choose.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about Spring Break. Legoland.
Oh my gosh.
2023.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, you've been gone.
Yeah, I went
Where you been?
We recorded 2 episodes the week before because I went to Legoland.
Did you get any sun?
It wasn't that sunny. It wasn't that warm. It was like 60s.
Oh.
Yeah, which I was into because it was nice to not sweat a lot, which was I was getting ready to do. But yeah,
was getting ready.
It was cool. We stayed at the hotel, and so we got to go into the park early, and we got to do some rides in the morning. But by the afternoon, it was so crowded because it's like spring break. So there was a lot of people at Legoland. But yeah, we had a very good time. I got grumpy on the way back.
Why?
Just traveling stuff. Like I get like the picking up and the dropping off of cars and the getting on and off of airplanes and the grabbing of
the stuff
luggage.
Nobody likes to do.
Yeah. I can get grumpy. I do fine when I'm by myself and I can kind of set my own pace.
Right.
But like I have a hard time working with others at times and you're like shocked.
Surprise.
Yeah. So there was that because there was a time when my mom took us to Disney World and I had like a pretty bad blow up at Disney World.
Oh,
where I got off a bus, like I shit my pants at Disney World. I got off a bus. We went from the park to the hotel on this bus and I flipped out and I can't remember what set me off. I think I was already having a bad day and then like somebody bumped into me or something like that. And I was like, man, like, fuck this hotel, fuck Disney World, fuck Disney.
How old are you?
This was like 2 years ago.
And your mom took you?
I know.
I was like thinking, that's so fucked up. Like I was thinking you were like a kid, and I was like, wow. And you cussed out your mom, but no, I don't know which is worse.
No, this was without a doubt like my worst
oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Sobriety behavior.
I hate that.
Yeah, I felt really bad. I tried to make it up to folks, but you know what's cool is since then I haven't had anything like that. Because this is what happens to me at theme parks, okay? I immediately become all of 6'6" and all of 360 pounds. I don't walk around all day and be like, wow, I'm big. Like I don't really think about it because it's just who I am. Like it's like,
right.
It's like when you're like a lake, you're not wet. You're a lake. See what I'm saying?
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, that was weird. Moving on. So like
you don't notice how big you are until everyone's like, whoa, you're so big.
Yeah. And when you're in like a crowded theme park or an airport and people are trying to like, I don't realize how much it bothers me, but like I have to look, but like if I'm like reaching for something or like holding a coffee or something and I put my arm down, I will hit somebody. I have to look before I put like my arm down because people are like in my shit and like they bump into me.
Yeah.
And like it's weird because like I want to crush them when they do that. Like I get so annoyed when people I don't know like touch me. Like, I don't like that. You know what I mean? It's like it's weird.
That's pretty natural.
Yeah, like I don't mind. Like it's weird. Like socially acceptable things like pats on the back or like even like a hug, I'm cool with. But like people like bumping into me, it's like there's something about it. Like it's just
So
like,
on the plane, like, because I couldn't imagine sitting next to you on a plane.
oh, dude.
So like they have to be touching you the whole flight.
Well, you know what's
Yeah.
cool when oh my god, I'm so bummed out because I realize like I'm gonna have to fly to Maine. I think that's
so far.
It's like almost the longest flight you can take and still be in the country. But yeah,
I would imagine it would have to be.
I'm screwed. Like on a plane. I really am. Like I can't
You can't like do that. What's that thing? Not the seatbelt, but they let you
Yeah,
get like
like
a door,
double.
like a window seat, or don't do it.
Yeah,
like, preferred?
I do exit rows and I've done the preferred thing. But here's the thing is that like if I sit against the window, the plane like sloping up usually like pushes my shoulder to one side and that hurts. If I sit in the aisle, the cart hits me. It'll hit my right arm if I sit, or my left arm depending on what side. And if I sit in the middle and there's people next to me,
You're just
like
hitting them the whole time.
I'm sitting like on them.
Sounds like when you make that money, you got to buy 2 tickets from now on.
Yeah.
I can't afford
So-
that. Though.
But when you make that money, though, you get that
Dude,
rider.
well, you can just do that. Like you could, if I ever get it like that, I'll just fly first class. Like I know a lot of big people, and they're just like, I'd have to fly first class.
You have to.
Like that's what it is. So,
Did you have any? My dad was a big guy, and I have a very core memory of him not being able to like almost not being able to like buckle one of the seatbelts on like a ride.
oh yeah, on
like the rides.
Yeah. So there at Disney World, I was too big for almost all the rides.
Such a bummer.
At Legoland, I think I got into everything, but there's a couple of them that it was really close.
Yeah.
There's kind of like tricks you can use and stuff like that. And
I don't know if I'd want to be risking it.
I've gotten,
like
you know,
a roller coaster and be like, okay, as long as you just keep your head down the whole time.
oh yeah, it's not like that. It's just that the seats are designed for like a range, and I'm just at the very top of that range.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. There's a lot of things that I can be upset about. And that's not really one that I like worry about too much, but like that part sucks. Yeah. Cause like I really don't like, I'm just me. Like I don't think about how big I am until like, God, you know what? It trips me out. Like it doesn't bother me because I think I'm so used to it. But like, I don't know. Like if I'm doing like a big show and I'm around a lot of people, like the amount of people after shows that are like, oh my God, I didn't realize how big you are. Like you've been around me, like you've seen this, right?
But I think it's different because you're the one who puts the spotlight on it. Like you get on stage and you say, I'm this. But like in public, it's like they're the ones being like, whoa, you're big.
But if I say it on stage, why do you say it to me after the show? Well, and for the record, if somebody's listening to this and they've told me that I'm big, I want you to know deep down, like I could give a shit. Like it doesn't, you know what's weird is it doesn't hurt my feelings. It doesn't make me feel good. It's almost like nothing was said at all. It's just words that exist for no reason and go nowhere.
Okay.
You know, like I get it.
Right.
Like,
because you are big.
Yeah. I know.
I don't know if anyone said anything to you about it.
Yeah, they let me know.
Aw. Poor guy. Poor guy. Yeah, that would be a bummer.
Yeah. I'm trying not to read the comments on
your video.
I made a post last night because I cut him out. Did you see some of them?
I saw some of those because well, and so I thought it was on YouTube because YouTube is brutal.
Yeah.
Like TikTok is like the supportive, like you go there, like Instagram. I can't figure Instagram out.
Yeah.
Facebook is your friends. I mean, your family. And then
This is all Facebook.
On Facebook. Well, so that's why I was surprised that was on Facebook.
Yeah. I thought that they had they stopped that.
Trolling.
Like there's people that are just like asshole. You know, like stuff like that.
For what?
Yeah. It looks like your bar has changed names officially now.
Oh my gosh. So we got a call.
That was a great segue. Did you catch that? Because I got a message and I opened it up and I'm doing the opening night
at the Comedy / Bar. What's it called? The Capitol Hill Comedy / Bar.
What is it?
I don't fucking know what the name of it is, honestly. Okay. It's still the comedy. We can still call it the Comedy Bar, but the name has to be because apparently there is a bar in Chicago that is already named Comedy Bar. And he got a hold of Dane this week, and he just laid into him. And he was like, "What are you doing? Like, you got to change your name. I'm going to sue you." Like, he was pissed.
Who gives this shit? It's like, in Chicago.
He said that he had a trademark on it. Like, it was a whole thing. Some lawyer got involved and was like, actually, he doesn't really have a trademark on it. He has like a pending trademark. I don't know. But so we had to, the agreement was that we would just put the city, you know, we put Capitol Hill or whatever, in front of it, not behind it. And that changed everything. And he was happy with that. So we had to, you know, Dane spent all day yesterday redoing all of the marketing and like changing all of the logos and changing because we already had, you know, the website and email addresses and like all that stuff had to be.
So is it Capitol Hill Comedy Bar?
Yeah.
Why didn't you say that, Jess?
What do you mean? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Because it has to have
so
Capitol
Google
Hill.
Is it in Google like Maps already and everything? If people want to find it, can they search on Google Capitol Hill?
Oh yeah, and now would actually be a good time to tell folks is if you're listening to this and you want to see both me and Jess on the same show.
Yeah,
that would be the time to do. And
it's gonna be a really good time. And I think that I think tickets are available now.
They are.
And yeah.
And that's May 6th. Mm-hmm. May 6th. So.
I tried to get Josh Firestein to host.
He couldn't do it.
No, he's booked. That sucks. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to have you guys together.
Yeah. But. And I know I'm really excited to work there. I'm really excited that I get to do comedy on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
I think, was it last podcast when I was doing the whole drop column and everything? There is a place, I'm going to talk about it. There's a place called Club Comedy in Capitol Hill that a lot of my friends perform at, but I do not perform there, however.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel a certain way about that. Like, why don't I get to perform there? But I get to perform lots of places, and I don't have any ill will towards the place at all. There's nothing I can do about that. I am embarrassed by riches, as they say. Like I get to do plenty of comedy.
Yeah.
And it's the worst part of myself and the part of me that is the opposite of the part that I want to build up. Like I want to have a growth mindset. I want to continue to be grateful and continue to be positive. Mm. And when I think about places that don't book me, that's like the opposite of that.
Yeah.
So when I do things like kind of petty stuff, like pronounce it club comedy.
Yeah.
Like that's not really that mindset.
Right.
That's an
bad
old
behavior
style. Well, it's not productive for me or for anyone else. Like it's just like I don't know what happened with me in club comedy.
I was gonna say, are we you know,
I guess I'm talking about it.
Right.
I don't know. Like I'm not like there's places I'm not allowed to do comedy at. And there's some places that I've chose not to do comedy at for very good reasons. And there's folks that made that choice with me, and now they're working there. Sounds like someone's making espresso. Yeah.
I thought that was someone's breathing. I thought that was like Jess's nose.
So yeah, that's that. That's probably the most I've ever said about it publicly.
That's the most I've heard about it.
Yeah. So I don't. There's.
I was gonna say I know that there's
Yeah.
but I didn't know. I don't know.
No, and it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
No.
I've been doing 3 or 4 shows a week for like 2 years. I'm booking, like, I'm trying to book. I think most of September and October are booked.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Trey, I wouldn't worry about it. We're almost done. It sounds like they're building something out in the lobby.
Maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me. That's me talking about it. I'm not going to talk about it online. I guess I will talk about it on this podcast. Yeah. I always wondered when we did this podcast, it's like, will this stuff come up? Mm-hmm. How much do I want to disclose about like the inner workings of like the Northwest comedy scene?
Right.
And how much of it just like sucks. And there's been a lot of shitty behavior in this scene in a lot of different ways, particularly directed towards like women.
Yeah.
And I've had shitty behavior in the scene, I have centered myself in places where I shouldn't have been centered. Me and you have talked about, mostly the whole story.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. I work at Nate Jackson's Super Funny Comedy Club.
Right.
I just got word from Nate that it looks like I'm headlining again Thanksgiving weekend. So I'll be back.
That's two Thanksgiving weekends in a row.
Yeah.
That's
when I did it, it went pretty well last time, and I was like, I want this to be like a thing. And then I was bothering Nate a lot Saturday night. I came here Friday night because I had a show in Puyallup. I did Nards.
Yeah, you said you were going to come.
It was fun. Yeah, it was cool. And
nice.
Yeah. So I can focus on like, these are the places I don't work.
Or I can focus on
I can be like, like I headline what I think is the best comedy club in Washington State, and I get to do comedy at the grand opening of the newest comedy club in the state.
Yeah.
Run by one of my best friends.
Aw, who? Dane?
Dane.
I love Dane.
I love Dane too. Dane is a good dude.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Did you want me to get really petty, Trey, and talk about like?
I mean, a little bit.
Should I?
A little.
Talk about what?
Just talk about like you want me to spill the beans about what I know.
Should say a little bit. Just say a little.
Rachel FJ's Illuminati.
You said it. I knew it.
I said it. Everybody knows now, Rachel.
I had my suspicions. I knew it. Oh.
I'm just pissed at Rachel because Rachel FJ is a Tacoma
because she's been in Mexico.
Yeah, and eating shrimp.
Enjoying her best life. She's staying at Jayla's place. So if you are.
Jayla has a place in Mexico?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How does that work?
She rents, it's like they do like Airbnb it.
Really?
That's why Rachel and Richie are there.
Oh my God.
Right? And then Jayla and Georgette have been in Maryland living their best life, eating crabs and having Utz potato chips and
I'm just
and fucking opening for Nate.
And I'm eating garlic toast from Paldo World.
Just like a couple of losers.
Because I couldn't get the other food that I wanted. Mm-hmm. I got to go do my cardio, and I got to go to Gig Harbor.
Is that time? Yeah, because you didn't write any jokes.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that. I didn't write any jokes.
You didn't write any jokes.
I didn't write any jokes.
You didn't bring your laptop.
I was too sad, and I forgot it because I was too sad.
At least you weren't sad and sassy like you were last time. Holy fuck, my ego couldn't take it today.
Oh, what? When I got fired up?
Yeah, and started coming after. Oh, Lord help us.
When I started getting upset. No. When I started having a feeling.
Here we go.
Because I'm not allowed.
Here we go.
I'm not allowed. Jess gets to have all the feelings. And the minute I'm like, I had a bad day, I have a lot of energy. Bush did 9/11. You guys are like,
Bush did 9/11.
You guys are like, Sam, shut up. And I'm like, Rachel FJ's Illuminati. Bush did 9/11.
Poor Rachel.
Save some shrimp for me, Rachel.
Rachel. I'm allergic.
You gonna bring any shrimp home?
Please.
For me and Jess?
That would be fantastic.
For the people?
For your friends?
Yeah, thanks for telling me about your place in Mexico, Jayla. Jayla.
Yeah.
I'm an ally.
Jesus.
I support. Yeah, Jess is bi, and I let her on my podcast.
Gee, there's so many things that are wrong about what you just said. I let her.
Everything I said, I didn't mean. Except
for the thing about Rachel.
No, except that the Bush did 9/11. Oh. And 9/10 and 9/12. And they don't even talk about those ones.
Those are the days right after.
And the day before.
Oh.
You think about that? You ever think about that?
What I was doing on 9/10?
Yeah.
Not really.
I know what I was doing.
Going to school.
Drugs.
Were you? Yeah, because you would have been kicked out by that point.
Yeah, I was like...
No, we were sophomores.
I wasn't a sophomore. I'm older than you.
By like a month.
No.
Oh, 2 years.
I was 18. I was class of 2001.
I was 2002.
I guess I should have been a senior.
Yeah. You would have been 2 years. Yeah.
I think so.
Because I'm pretty sure I was a sophomore.
I don't know. I don't remember. I was not doing... I called my friend Frank because we were going to go get some freaking benzos.
Was his name... Was that his name?
Yeah, Frank.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I didn't know if you meant you just called him Frank.
No, his name was Frank. And it was funny. Frank called me first. And he was like, turn on the TV. And I was like, Frank, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. Why are you calling me and telling me to turn on my TV? And then he was like, trust me. And I went out there. I was like, oh my God. And I saw the second plane and it was wild. Well, I don't know. I think that's a good place to end the podcast.
Yeah, just shut it off here.
Yeah. By the way, I'm kidding. I don't think Bush did 9/11. I think that Rachel did it. Rachel FJ did it. And Jayla probably helped.
No, they knew.
Yeah.
Something about the steel beam.
And you did nothing.
I was blissfully unaware.
Yeah, that's how it goes. All right. So, in conclusion, I'm not allowed at Club Comedy. Rachel FJ did 9/11. Jayla helped and Jess watched.
And our sponsors are?
Old School Pizzeria. We might have to cut the end of this a little bit. Actually, no, leave it. Wait, no, maybe just the Club Comedy part I just said. Because I think I close that up in a certain way. Anyway.
You feel like... Okay.
And that's the end of the
We can't keep it going because the truth is...